welcome. I'm so glad you could be here with me. I have just finished the premiere with the Kiely Rodni case, which I'd actually called a Kiely. It's so annoying because I knew it instinctively that her name was Kiely, but I went on to a news video to check how to pronounce her name, and they were saying Kiely, which just annoyed me so much when I realised her name was Kiely. So I'm sorry to those who know her as Kiely. Yes, it was a mistake. So let's have a look. Okay, I'm just about ready to go to bed, and I've got my cards here, and I'm being drawn to actually pulling out some cards to kind of work out what physical environment is around Kiely right now. Is she in water? Is she on land? What specific things can we learn about her environment where she is right now? So let's have a look. I'm going to ask Spirit, please help me with this. Thank you, angels. Okay. Let's have a look. Thank you. We've got the Empress, beautiful blonde hair, which she's got. We've got the waterfall here and the water, and she looks to be on land, so maybe she's near water. She could be underbrush or underbush near water. There's the waterfalls. That's interesting that's come up here because in the last reading, the waterfalls came up as well as mountains, see in the background there. So it could be quite lush where she's at right now. There might be a lot of overgrowth. Definitely interesting about the waterway. This could be a creek, could be a small dam. There could be something that she's nearby there. This is the Taurus Libra card as well. Number 3 could be significant to where she's at. Okay, yeah, very interesting. And then we've got the Page of Swords. So, got butterflies in the background. We've got all this greenery. Not really getting much on this just now, but I think someone knows he's not talking very much. Yes, there's the water. Now, the Ten of Cups is usually the blissful feeling, so it's a very beautiful place. It's somewhere that you'd feel very calm and serene. Absolutely beautiful area, and yes, she could definitely be in water or near water. Okay, lots of greenery there as well again, and could be places where families go or get married at. Like if you think of people who want to get married and have photos taken, there could be somewhere around there that's like a landmark or a place people might visit to have that done. I'm not really sure. Once again, I'd have to Google all of that. But this is a water card, okay? So, very interesting. Yes. Can we see what's in her environment, please? Yeah, once again, water. She's in the water, or not so much in it, but yes, she's above the water there. So there's water surrounding this one, okay? There's water surrounding her. Whether she's in it or she's right by it, it looks like that waterway, the body of water, is important to this case. Could be somewhere where there's swans, okay? That's something standing out obviously right there, swans. So is she at a lake where swans are? Look at that. So I don't know if you can see that very clearly, but I can see it in the background. There's vast land, flat land, mountains in the background, and strong growth is what I'm hearing. So things might be like the terrain might be rough, might be strong. Once again, the 8 of Cups on the water. Oh my God. On the water, there's pine trees right there. Weren't they in a place where there was pine trees? I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it was. But like a national park, see? It looks like a park. We've got the water. We've got the mountain here. Very, very interesting. Yes. Oh gosh. So most of the water is really quite like it's moving water. This is still water. This is still water. This water here is a little bit like it's still, but you can see it's moving. So there is movement. We've got the waterfalls and movement. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it could be that it's not a lake that's completely still. It could be that it does move. Maybe the wind, you know, if there's a strong wind, or people get out on their boats. This is an air. This is an air sign. I'm just seeing it. It looks to me like she's got water behind her, so she's right by the water. Okay, she's right by the water. So once again, blindfold. Very interesting. That came up again in the last one. Oh gosh, guys. Blonde-haired girl in the water. And this is all about drinking. This is about reunions, celebrations, parties. So it's just very interesting. She may have felt trapped in a situation as well that she couldn't get out of. Did she drive herself accidentally into a lake? We don't really know. I mean, the last reading kind of moved more towards a perpetrator. That could be something. Maybe someone made her car go in there with her in it. That could be something. Could be something. Gosh, I know I'm like sighing a lot and all that, but this really, as an empath, really hits home with me, especially as I'm tuning in. Like, I feel all sorts of things. And at the moment, I'm just feeling so overwhelmed. I have a heaviness on my chest. I'm feeling perhaps what she was feeling around the time this happened. We're seeing dark clouds, dark skies. I don't know what it was like there that night. If it was cold, I suppose not. It's summer, isn't it? But, you know, it represents that confusion, not being able to see things clearly. Even in this card, even though it's a very positive card, we see the night sky. So it was nighttime. It was early hours of the morning. Maybe there was a fogginess over the lake. I don't know. Especially if she was driving and couldn't see the road properly. That's something. Oh, my God. Well, I think this is clouds on here, but it looked like water. But, yes, once again, judgment. So, yes, it does look like there's a huge lesson in this, a big karmic thing going on here. What's going on? Queen of Swords. Truth is coming. This is the Libra, the Justice energy. I feel like the truth will come out. She's maybe even an angel now in heaven as we know it, if she is deceased. Okay. Yeah. Oh, gosh, another one within the water. And once again, it's still water. There's a mountain in the background there. So it could be a very quiet place at night. I mean, if you're talking about the outback, you know, in a camp, like a national park, if you were just not out there on your own, it'd be very quiet, except for the wild nightlife or wildlife. Oh, gosh. Look at that, a boat. A boat came up in the last reading. It was about a boat on a body of water. So where do you take boats, you know? Usually a river or a lake. And once again, we got mountains, but just still water once again. And if she is in water, has she been taken, you know, upstream or downstream or whatever it might be? Yes, or is she just still, like, in the water if it's very still? There's all these blonde-haired women here as well, which represent her. Knight of Pentacles could be seen as a vehicle, slow-moving vehicle or something. I'm just trying to see that. Usually represents someone who's trustworthy as well, but we are asking about the environment mostly. So it could be somewhere that's very green and lush and overgrown, you know, things like that as well. It's like an open land. Like, this almost looks like the campground if it was open and then you have all the trees around it. Yeah, it could be like that. I wonder if there's horses nearby. We've got the King of Swords. Eagle. So yeah, I definitely feel like someone's not saying something. They're holding back. Yes, look at the water. Oh my gosh, look at this. She's sitting on a couch. Looks like she's crying and she's very stressed out. Now, if this was a female accomplice or suspect, that could represent that person, if that is correct with the last reading. Or it could be like someone who just feels really guilty and is beating themselves up for not being there with her that day. But it's interesting, we've got like inside a house. It doesn't look like a very welcoming, warm place. You know, is she in a house somewhere being kept beyond her, you know, is she trapped in somewhere? I don't really get that idea, but you know, it could be. We've got the water here. So once again, still water. There's a lot of still water here. Reminds me of like a serene, like a calm, serene lake with the moonlight, you know, over it. Maybe it looks really beautiful at night. The Magician. So this looks like it's outdoors. It could be like a cave-like structure maybe, or are they trees? I'm trying to work out what that is. It's hard to tell, but is she somewhere where there might be, you know how like in some places there's like a landmark that is very magical or mystical. It could be seen as a place of worship, or somewhere to do a ritual, or I don't know, it's hard to explain that. The Hanged Man. So yeah, I mean, once again, the water is interesting. And this looks like it goes into like a cave. Like, once again, still water. Very interesting with that. And the overgrown tree. Could be somewhere where snakes are. It's a bit hard with that one. Is there rope on trees? You know, sometimes people tie ropes on trees. There could be something. As a clue, she's right nearby the water. Look at that blonde hair. This is someone who feels stabbed in the back, okay, betrayed by the people known to them, like that they were betrayed by somebody, stabbed in the back. Very fast, quick ending at times. It's also right near like what looks like to be a beach, actually. And we got the Six of Cups, another water. I'm not joking. This whole reading here, just on its own, is bringing up so many water, so much water. Like a beach or a lake or your big body of water here. Even in the cards that aren't even a water sign, although that's Neptune, Pisces, I guess. But yeah, just in some cards you look at it and think, why is there water in that card? It's not a water sign, like this one, you know, the Ten of Swords is an air sign. So it's interesting. Yeah, another water sign. Look at that. So this is a fire element, the Wands, but it's got water and a boat. So she's been taken, it looks like, either through the water, okay, via the currents if she's in water, out somewhere, or she's been taken in a vehicle, you know, either her own vehicle that she's driven or someone else has driven. And we've got here the King of Cups. Look at that. Another water sign. Yeah, it's very vast. This is a very big lake or a big body of water, okay? Doesn't look like a small dam or pond or whatever. Like, this looks like a big one. The Lovers, they're in water. Oh, God help me. This is just crazy. Has her boyfriend got something to do with this? Was this a, like, you know what they say, three's a crowd? Was there an affair or something? I mean, you could look at it all different ways. It doesn't have to be that. But it's just interesting. Maybe it's a place where many lovers go. Get their picture taken for a wedding, or it's just a very beautiful place that most people might visit. They might want to swim together. Maybe you can go swimming in this place because they're in the water there. Then you got the Knight of Swords, which is very quick energy. So it's like when you're traveling, you can go from one place to the other really quickly. So everything might be really close by. I don't know. Might have been a fast vehicle. But look at this. Page of Cups again is the water. There's fish here. People go fishing there. Yes, and we've got the Three of Swords. It's raining. So once again, water. It's raining there. Though it's a different kind of water, but it's showing that maybe when it rains, it floods. Maybe the lake really, you know, fills up when it rains. If that's where she is, or things become very vibrant and lush and grow very quickly. and beautifully. We've got the Emperor. So the Emperor's a building. It could be, because it is to do with structures. Okay, so we're looking at this kind of stone structure right here. Is there somewhere around there that looks like this? All right, this kind of rock. Is there, once again, another water sign? A girl in the water or near the water. So there could be like mossy kind of green stuff around there as well, near the water. That was turning back over, but it's interesting that it reminds me of like a church, because I did kind of see on the Google Maps when I went on there after the last reading that there was a church near a shooting range, because gun shooting came up, and there was train tracks going all the way around, which was interesting because that was another clue that came up. We got the Page of Wands here as well, which reminds me of campfire for some reason. Fire, okay, so maybe there's campfires. I mean, if it's a campground, of course, all around there, they're going to have campfires. So, yes, she might be around the camping, around there somewhere, which is weird because I thought she would have, they would have taken off. Look at that. All right, so he's right near the water. He's in water. There's water here. It looks like murky, swampy kind of. My phone died, but yeah, I'm not going to keep this too long. I'm going to pack it up in a minute. We've basically seen that, she's around water or she's in water. She's very close by water or she's in it. It definitely looks like she could be in water. Whatever happened very, very quickly, okay. Yes, it was fast travel, perhaps. She got, it was her or someone else was driving very fast out of there. She may have gone quickly into water. Just going to get one more. Thank you, angels. Yeah, I would say she's in water, guys. If she's not in it, she's right by it, under something. But it looks like she's in it. Looks like she could be in it. All right, let's just get ears here. Very quickly, please. January, August. Yeah, August is when things are happening, so it could be between August and January that things come to light. New identity, don't want to be found, fresh start, new life. Now that's interesting because that came out in the last reading. I don't feel that she's just taken off and doesn't want to be found. I'd be very surprised. But it could be somebody else, is hiding away, doesn't want to be tracked down. Lust, affair, temptation, infidelity. Interesting. Intimate relationships, sex, romance, emotional ties. Did somebody have ill intentions towards her? Did somebody have, in terms of, lusting after her and assaulting her? Or was somebody else involved in, jealous of her because of her and her boyfriend? Could be something along those lines, or her boyfriend. Suicide. Retrieved, rescue, help. Look at that, the life, yeah, it's very interesting, the lifesaver. So it could be, and I don't feel that she's suicided, I just don't get that idea. I feel like maybe they're trying to make it look like that, perhaps, or even someone who may be involved might do that. But it looks like she may be retrieved, and it looks like it could be from water. Look at the life ring there. Very interesting. So we are trying to look at, just quickly. Okay, so I've just gone through my cards and I've got everything that could show us maybe like where she might be near, or yeah, as in an environment. So where is Kiely Rodni, please, Spirit? Outback, rural, deserted. So I saw that she had crossed the border. In the last reading, it showed that she crossed borders, and I think that it's really not that far from their campgrounds to Nevada. So she was in California, but there is a borderline, okay, border right there into Nevada, and I think that might become a bit more desert out that way. And there's a road, so she's travelled. It looks like they may have travelled out there. Something's turned up. What's that? Something has turned upwards. Oh, look at that. Body of water boat. Very still water. Look at that, still water. So she's in water, I'm telling you. She has to be. Car accident and forest path mossy. Did she have an accident and go into the water? Did somebody do this to her car and put it in the water to make it look like that? I don't know. But travel, she's definitely gone in the car. She's not been buried like right near the campground or something. She's gone in her car. She's gone in a car. Train tracks, again coming up. She's near a body of water in a deserted area, rural, but near train tracks. Yeah, look at that. Desert, dry, hot. Wow. Now, it says overseas, local, global travel. Now, when it says overseas, I don't feel like she's gone on a plane, obviously, overseas. But it does look like there is this traveling over water, maybe over a bridge. Yeah, it's interesting. Local travel. Pickup truck ute may have been used. Maybe someone else owns one. Because if she, if they put her in water, like there must have been someone else. Held captive, hiding, locked away and hidden. So has she been held captive for some time and then been put in water? God. Or is her car in water and is she being held somewhere else? It's such a weird thing. Like we don't really know. Because there's two things here. We've got to find her and her car, okay? Her and her car. I think I'm going to leave it at this right now. Everything's flying out everywhere. I'll get one more. Yeah, mountains are nearby as well. And it could be like this, pine trees as well. So it could be just as it's starting to get like a desert, rural, outback kind of look there. She could be near there. There's a truck. So trucks drive on a road, on a highway near there. All right, one more. Abandoned old barn shed, isolated. So is she being held in that? Is there evidence in that? Is her car in there? Lots to think about, guys. But thank you for watching and we'll connect next time. Love and blessings to you all. Let's pray for answers for Kiely.